Racism in Sinners, when vampires don't wear the mask of monsters, but the mask of the system. In Sinners, Ryan Coogler doesn't just make a horror film, he creates a historical mirror. Instead of portraying vampires as mere entertainment creatures, the film turns them into a vivid and painful metaphor for colonialism, exploitation, and, above all, the deeply entrenched system of racism woven into the fabric of America. Jim Crow, the origin of horror. The story is set in Mississippi in 1933, the peak of the Jim Crow era. This was a time when racism was not only present in social attitudes, but also codified and legitimized by law. In Sinners, images such as white-only signs, separate ticket counters, and absurd rules prohibiting black people from touching white women are not fictional inventions. They are historical records, woven into the work to authentically recreate the suffocating and violent atmosphere in which people of color had to live. Alongside that, the sharecropping system and wooden nickels, tokens valid only in the landlord's store, serve as economic tools to maintain a disguised form of slavery. Black individuals were trapped in a vicious cycle of poverty, unable to accumulate wealth and unable to leave the land. From there, the film lays a firm foundation. The real monster here is not the vampire, but the institution itself. Remick, when the promise of a colorblind world is a trap. Remick, the main vampire of the film, does not slaughter wildly. He speaks like a humanitarian, a world without racial discrimination where people are equal and immortal. But to achieve that, each person must give up their identity, memories, and personal history. The figure of Remick is a combination of colonialism, cultural assimilation, and parasitic capitalism. He does not create, he appropriates talent, culture, and even the historical pain of oppressed communities. This recalls how minority cultures have had their essence taken away to become mainstream trends, stripped of their original context. The two main characters, Stack and Smoke, twin brothers, represent two different attitudes toward racism. Smoke chooses confrontation. He believes that only money and power can help black people escape a life of exploitation. Stack, on the other hand, chooses compromise. He dreams of personal freedom, of a forbidden love with Mary, a white woman. And to achieve that, he accepts joining Remick's immortal community. Both choices are tragic. Smoke sacrifices his humanity to obtain justice. Stack loses his identity to attain love and personal freedom. Both are victims of a society where skin color determines one's entire fate. Sammy, music as identity, as salvation. The character Sammy represents a different attitude, neither running away nor confronting with violence, but preserving identity through music. His music, shaped by Delta blues, spirituals, and traditional songs, not only carries emotional power, but also serves as a tool to connect history, community, and spirituality. Through his guitar, Sammy resists oblivion. He chooses a finite death, leaving behind an eternal legacy, rather than becoming immortal and losing himself. Sammy's choice is a powerful affirmation. As long as we keep singing, we have never truly been erased. A community without memory is a dead community. The message of Sinners is not simply to oppose racism. It goes further, questioning the meaning of freedom, integration, and personal identity. The film shows a society without discrimination, but also without memory, will only recreate oppression in a new form. Sinners is a strange work. It bears the appearance of a horror film, but is in fact an artistic indictment of a dark period in history. Through the image of the vampire, Sinners does not tell the story of bloodsuckers. It tells the story of how a system once drained the soul of a community, then sold back to them a distorted version of freedom.